Hi, this is a quick tutorial about how to use material ID to apply material in the different part of one object. So which means we can just use the sub-object material to achieve this goal. So what we need to do here is just maximize the viewport, and in the create and geometry panel we will create a teapot. So we can just drag like this, and we want to change the parameters of this teapot as well. So for the radius we will change it to 50, and for the segments we will change it to 80. Okay, now we can just see these things and we can just move it a little bit. And when we press J, we can say it just specify the size of this object, and when we press J, and it will disappear. Okay, so for this step, we will just click this object, this teapot, and right click here. And in this convert to panel, we will choose the convert to editable poly. So here, what we will need to do is just click here the element, and we want to choose this one, the main body of this teapot. And we can see it is pretty clear, and we want to apply the material on this part. So we just need to scroll this a little bit, and we can say the polygon material IDs, and the default set ID is 1, so we will just keep this. And for the other three parts, we will just need to press Ctrl-I in the keyboard, and then we can say the handle, the lead, and the sport was selected. So we will just set the ID to 2 and click OK. And we just select the handle and set the ID to 3. And now we select the lead and set the ID to 4. Okay, so now we just need to ensure we can render a very beautiful teapot, and there are some things that we need to change a little bit in the render setup. So we just click here, and for the common panel, we just scroll this a little bit and find there is a assign renderer. So just expand this, and we can see this is the projection of this renderer, and this is a default one, so we want to change a little bit. So we just choose the rendering and click this little box, and we choose the memory and click OK, and we can close this render setup window. Okay, so for this step, we will click the Edit Poly and select here the material editor. So for this material editor, there are two modes. One is compact material editor, which looks like that, and we will use this one, the slate material editor, because we want to use the multi-sub object. So we just click here and drag it into this box, and we found that there are 10 items here, but for our object for this teapot, we just need to change it to 4. So we just click here and set number to 4 and click OK. And because we want this teapot use the Arcane Design material, so we just drag this from this memory panel and drag the Arcane Design to this box. And what we need to do here is connect this to number 1, which means the set number side ID number 1. So we click here, click the material, and we can change the color the diffuse color of this material. We'll click here and choose this one, the red one. We can just change a little bit to the red and click OK. And now we want to click this, the material, and because we will apply the different materials in these other 3 objects as well, so we can just click None and click the Arcan Design, and we can see now the box just automatically connected to the material box. And then we can just repeat this Arcan Design and repeat this Arcan Design and click OK. So now there are 4 boxes here, but it looks a little bit mess, so we can click here, Layout or Vertical, and we can see it becomes much clearer than before. We can see every part material about this teapot. So for this part, we will change the material of the other 3 set ID. So we click here, the color, and change it to yellow. And want to change it to this one and click OK. And for this one, we will change to green. Okay, this one is better. And click here to change it to blue. Okay, so we have set up all our colors here. What we need to do here is that we can see the materials shows different colors in one object, so we can apply this to our teapot. So what we need to do is select this and connect to our teapot, and we can just close this one and say yes. The color, the different materials apply to our teapot, and we can just see every angle, and it was perfect. So for this, we want to change the lid material and the hand material a little bit different. So if we want to change, we can just click the material editor, and because we want to change it, so we can click here the material and click it to this one, and for the instance method we will choose the swamp and click OK. And now we can see the handle is blue and the lid is green, so which makes it very easy if we want to change different material in different part, so we can just use this method. Okay, now we can close this one, and we click this teapot. If we want to change some different part of this teapot, so we can click polygon and select here, and we press Shift on the keyboard and click, and we can see there is a loop in this just beside this rectangular, and we can see it, and we want to change the color to this spot as well, so we can just here we can change the site ID to number 2 and enter, and we can see now the color is the same, and we want to change it as well. So repeat, press Shift on the keyboard and change the ID to number 2. Yeah, and now it is much better. Okay, so for the next step, if we want to change the lid in this very center area, we can change it as well. So what we need to do here is scroll up to this box here and select the vertex, because we want to change this very center area. So first of all, we will just click here, the center area, and we will click, just press Ctrl on the keyboard and select the polygon. And we can say there is the one circle is selected, but it's a little bit small. We want to change it to become bigger, so we can click here, the grill, just in the selection panel, and click grill, and we can say the shape is become much bigger. Okay, that looks much better, and we can change the material ID here, the side ID to 3, and click. And now we can say the color is much better. It just relates to the handle, and this is much better material editor to just apply onto one object, and we can try to render this a little bit, and then yes, we can say this is the final result of these different materials.